Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What is up? Glad you could join us. Happy New Year and all that stuff. We'll turn on the light eventually.
Yeah, we'll get. We're still waking up too.
Yeah, we all stayed up late last night, just like you guys did. All right. Hey,
let there be light.
Let there be light. Yeah, we all stayed up late. What a great game last night. Young Justin's in with us this morning. Good morning, young Justin.
Good morning, Mr. Baligian and my boy JB. How we doing this morning?
Hey.
Mr. Baligian. Stop with that shit. Listen, I like what you said. You had a couple good comments this morning that I want to put into light because I thought they were both on. One about the wings, and that's what college football is all about. Like last night, that's what there is a zaniness in college football that you just don't get in the NFL.
Absolutely.
That's the best way that JB. Do you agree?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like what you saw last night, there's a zaniness. And Justin came in, big smile on his face, and literally said, that's what college football is all about. Dude, I agree with you. That was a great point, Justin.
Just a gutsy performances by both quarterbacks who were just putting their team on their back. Two guys who probably don't have NFL futures, but they play some hella entertaining football, and for the time that we have them, they deserve to be showcased. So shout out to Trinidad Chambliss, former Ferris State quarterback who is now lighting the SEC on fire. That was one of the most impressive quarterback games I've ever seen in a college football playoff game. And then Gunnar Stockton put everything on the line last night for Georgia. Game was definitely not on him.
Kid's special, man. I saw Trinidad not only in high school, but I saw him when he was at Ferris State. You know, obviously I do Wayne State games, and he's special. And it's a great story how he even ended up there. And the number one reason why Ole Mills, and I'll call him Ole Mills to the day I die, the number one reason why Ole Mills won that game is because Lane Kiffin wasn't there. Are you kidding me? That's what makes it beautiful. Let's be honest, too. It kind of saved January 1 because those first two games were just absolute dogs.
Oh, they were awful to watch. And that first game, Texas Tech just shooting themselves in the foot on offense any chance that they could have got. Their defense played out of their mind. Like, their defense was swarming. And I was really hoping that they could have got anything going on offense because it would have been a good game going down the stretch with how much pressure they were putting on Oregon's offense. And then that second game, everyone knew how fraudulent Alabama was.
Oh.
And
God, that was sad.
It was honestly so crazy to watch. Kalen DeBoer, I'm sure, make many Michigan fans very happy that he beat Oklahoma because that soft-ass brand of football has no place at the University of Michigan.
I couldn't agree with you more. Like you guys should be glad that he took the tact. I have no plans on going anywhere else. Now, I'm not saying that it eventually would.
I caught flack for that, Sean. People called me a madman for saying that I wanted many coaches over DeBoer, including his predecessor, Jed Fitch from Washington. I had to fight that battle. Everyone was telling me DeBoer was the number one candidate. I had him at 6 or 7, no pun intended.
6, 7.
6, 7, 6, 7. No, I'm telling you right now, was there interest in DeBoer? Yes, there was. I'm not sure he eventually would have been the pick, but the fact that he came out and played tough guy and I don't want to go anywhere else and all that stuff, like you should be glad. Are you kidding me? I'd rather have Kyle Whittingham even for 3-4 years than that.
Absolutely. That is a finesse football team down there in Alabama, getting manhandled by a smaller offensive and defensive line.
Unbelievable. Yeah, just, you know what? I will say this, and here's the crazy thing. How often, and this is why I say it all the time, I love bowl season. There are so many games that, like, you don't think will be good that end up good. Like, I got totally sucked into the Illinois game the other day. Like, totally sucked into that game.
That was a good game.
Yes.
I watched that game too.
I totally got sucked into that. You find yourself sitting there going, okay, why am I sucked into this game? Because let's be honest, and we can even go back to the Ohio State-Miami game, and I know so many of you got glee out of that. That was awful too. Like, what was that Ohio State team? Did Indiana break them? Because last year when Michigan beat them, and the way that they beat them, all right, Ohio State was able to use that as leverage. I mean, let's be honest, they did, all right? That Ohio State team was not the same after what Indiana did to them. And it was like, I don't know about you, I found myself watching the game going, any second now, any second now, any second now. And Miami wouldn't let them off the mat. And on a very hot summer day, Justin, I know a couple guys, Justin, look at me. I know a couple guys that tried to tell people about Miami, and we were scoffed at, and we were laughed at, and we were Mario Cristobal'd at. We were.
Yep.
And I can't blame you because that guy's done so many dumb things, but that's a damn good team.
That team is just they're built to win in the playoff. They have the best D-line in the country with 2 first-round edges and many behind them. Their offensive line is just devastating. They lean on you all game. Fletcher is a very good, solid running back, and then they have a national champion at quarterback. That can't be like as much-ish as I talk about Carson Beck and how I don't think that he is even remotely close to the elite quarterback play.
He's not.
That is in college football. That he still's a veteran and he still can make those plays that he needs to make. That's a good Miami team, and I'm now excited because the field now resets. In my opinion, there is no opinion you could have had before this round that really could have stayed outside if you thought that Indiana was going to win the national championship, because I can't kill you on it. But now here we go. It resets. My champion's now out. I thought Georgia was going to win it all. So now it's about reassessing the board, and I'm excited because you got a lot of teams who have never been here before in this new playoff format. You have Miami, first time extended format playoff team. You have Ole Miss, never won a playoff game. They just won 2. That's what the good thing that college football now has with the parity that NIL has brought.
You know what I love the most too, dude? Like, seriously, is, okay, we have 2 Big Ten teams. We have 2 Big Ten teams. Can you imagine if the Big does it again? The SEC has to shut up. That's 3 years in a row, all right? And I'm one of those guys, I'm serious. I don't care about the cumulative bowl records. I mean, no disrespect, of course. I don't. I don't care about the cumulative bowl record. Of course, if you're a Michigan fan, you want to win the game. You didn't. It was ugly. If Michigan State can ever make it back to a bowl again, JB, you want to win the game, okay?
That was one of the ways I would have had the Michigan game go, though. And that might be sick. I can't even say the word.
Just sick of you.
That might be cyclical. I don't really care. But they exposed everything that's wrong with you and what Willingham has to fix, including things with Bryce Underwood.
I don't care about cumulative record, though, Justin.
No, I don't either. That is
means nothing to me.
I only care about their playoff record. Like, how are the best teams playing when they match up? That's all I care about.
When people do the the Big Ten is 7-1 or 8-2, whatever the damn record, I don't care about that. Do you know what people talk about at the end of the season? If you're going to talk about who the best conference is, okay? Do you know what people talk about? They talk about who won the national championship. That's
Bingo.
it. Right? Like here, let me try to I'm going to try to tie this to Big 10 basketball, all right? We all like Big 10 basketball. It's our backyard. You're a Michigan fan. Obviously, Michigan looks great right now in basketball. Tom Izzo is doing Tom Izzo things, okay? This is a conference that hasn't won in a quarter century. A quarter century. And you want to walk around telling people that you're the best conference in college basketball? Get the hell out of here with that. That's insane.
The future is now, old man.
Right? Stop it. Stop it. Knock that shit off. All right? And I apply that to college football, okay? We can have that argument, but guess what? If the Big Ten wins 3 years in a row, guess who's suddenly on the defensive? Guess who's suddenly backpedaling, talking about all those dumb things that we in Big Ten country did for years, okay? You know what one of my favorite things was? Hey, man, our 4-loss team beat your 4-loss team in the Justin's Dad Bowl. Hooray! Right? I mean, how many times have we found ourselves in that position where we go, all right, man, head to head, our 4-loss also ran, beat your 4-loss also ran. Our 3-loss also ran, beat your 3-loss also ran. That doesn't count. You guys know that. You know what counts? Is if this conference can win the Natty 3 years in a row. Because then all of a sudden people kind of have to go like this. And you know who I'd love to hear Feinbaum's take. And I know what people think about Feinbaum. I enjoy Feinbaum. I do. All right? And I know some people, you're throwing things at your monitor right now. I enjoy Feinbaum, and I'll tell you why I enjoy Feinbaum. Because I think he knows what he's doing. I really do. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he knows just where to pick and just where to twist and just where to spin and all that stuff. But you know what the funniest thing is? You know what I'll really enjoy? Watching him try to backpedal if the Big Ten wins 3 natties in a row. And oh, by the way, Justin, there's one team that you forgot to mention, and I don't think that it's just a Justin thing. I think it's pretty much an everybody thing. Are you guys aware that the number 1 seed is still out there? Are you guys aware that the number 1 seed has by far looked like the best team in college football?
I talked about Indiana. I said that they did.
Yeah, Justin's fair on that. He was the main one on Indiana.
They went belt to ass, and they played a great game. Alabama proving how soft that they are. And like I said, they got dominated.
You know what it was? It's not Alabama though. It's Indiana.
It is Indiana. They're playing at an absurd level. Their defense swarms. Their offense is uber efficient. Mendoza is doing great things pre-snap at identifying one-on-one matchups with his very talented big receiving core that, I mean, he just drops it out there for him and they make plays. And when you make plays like that, it opens up the run game, and then they were running for whatever they wanted. That team is really good. They are the prohibitive favorite to win it according to all the sportsbooks right now. They're at plus 130 with Miami and Ole Miss at Miami and I'm blanking. Who's the team on the other side?
Miami.
Oh yeah, Miami and Ole Miss are at plus 300, and then Oregon is at plus 550. So they're telling you right there how much they believe in Indiana. I'm excited to see what they do against Ole Miss. They haven't really played a quarterback as good as Trinidad Chambliss yet.
Sean, I don't mean to interrupt you guys going on, but we got to give a big shout out to LeBarthany sending in 99.99.
My man.
He said, "Don't worry, Sean. I behave in the desert this New Year's Eve and didn't get into any trouble. This super chat is for all the shows on WSN, as I won't be able to watch most of the later shows. Keep kicking ass this year, and I have a present when all of you are at 100K. So shout out to LeBarthany. He's sitting there damn near $100, man.
LeBarthany, you are a legend, dude. We appreciate you so much. Appreciate all you guys, but LeBarthany, you are way cool. Love chatting with you and hearing about things, and so glad you got a chance to come home. So shout out to you. No doubt about that. Yeah, we're really close to 100K, right?
Yeah, we're getting there.
We were 600 away yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it? Damn, dude. That's outstanding. And they said it would never work.
Huh.
I was
They
here.
called us crazy.
Like, I was here day one. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
I was legitimately here day one.
I don't have the mask set up in the chair. I gotta do that at the commercial.
Now you got to turn into a cartoon. I don't even know.
I don't even know.
Justin's cartoon mask is outstanding. All right.
What? Georgia lost last night. The Dynasty?
My Bears are going to be in business this weekend. The fact that he tried. All right, so just in case you didn't know, Thursday night is Miami and Ole Miss, and then Friday, next Friday, obviously, Oregon and Indiana, 7:30 both nights. Gosh, I love it. I love college football. You brought up another good point, young Justin. The college slate is slowly coming to a close, and that makes me so very sad. And then I'm not joking, I do a countdown until week 0. Like, legitimately, I do a countdown to week 0. It just seems like
It's almost over, Sean.
I know. We have 4 games today. 4 today. I wish they did a better job of stretching them out a little bit, because 2 are at 8 o'clock tonight. So lots of lines to get into. The misery's almost over. We
425, everybody. 425.
You know what? We can talk about checking out and all that stuff, and maybe you check out from the NFL, but you know damn well when the Lions are on Sunday at 425, you're going to be in. You know it. You're going to be in with Broder and Foster in the morning. You're going to be in with Neil and I. Then, of course, they've got and KG. They are legit going to be down at Gilly still, right?
For
you guys
some
are going to
reason.
be down the whole time.
I have no clue why, but well, actually, you know why. The money. But yeah, no, we'll be down there watching posts.
We'll all be in. And we'll get into it. Dan Miller's going to be joining us as well. Pistons took it on the chin.
Yep.
I didn't get a chance to see much of it, I got to be honest with you. Yesterday was just one of those days where I had 2 hockey games on that I wanted to watch. I had, obviously, the Ole Miss game going on, so there just wasn't enough on my plate. What went down? Did you watch, KG?
You ain't missed much. Yeah, I did catch it. They really let the game get away from them in the third quarter. They were able to make a late push. They got the game to within 2, but Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Davion Mitchell ended up killing this team. Norman Powell, they could not miss a 3-point shot in the second half. So ultimately, your defense cost you, but the Pistons will be better. They'll rebound. Not really worried about it.
Wings picked up a point. I like what you said, Justin. Justin was about to run away, and as soon as I said Wings,
right,
he immediately sat down. Look at
Yeah, I was going to get the pillows.
He turned into a cartoon. It was like, and he went running back. I like what you said, Justin. In particular, I thought New Year's Eve. You said, hey, look, they picked up a point in a game they really didn't deserve to pick up a point. And I told you, point blank, for me, they picked up 3 points in 2 games that they didn't deserve a point. Yeah. That's not a bad thing. I hope people hear me out. I don't think that's a bad thing, because that Winnipeg game in the third period, how that thing flipped, it was you were waiting for Winnipeg to not just tie it up, but to go up by a couple goals and everything. So that's a good sign in my mind. That's where we're at, whether we want to admit it or not. But it's a good sign in my mind that you end up picking up 3 out of 4 in 2 games that, let's face it, weren't close to your A game.
No, they weren't. And, I mean, the goaltending has been outstanding ever since that Gibson has gotten hot and allowed Talbot to play less games. That's also made him play better. I just love what I'm seeing. They're doing the little things. They're getting in the corners. They're winning puck battles. They're blocking shots. They're clearing the creases for the net so the goalies can see them. And, you know, they waver sometimes on that Sidney Crosby snipe on the power play. Talbot couldn't see a thing. But they, for the most part, they're doing a great job at that. And when you're in an Eastern Conference that's this tight, that any point matters, you just got to take them where you can get them. Doesn't matter how they look, and that's what good teams do. Continuing to be kind of that 60-50 pace win percentage-wise, home versus away, and that will get you in.
Yeah, it's going to be fun down the stretch because this division is nuts right now. You and I were talking about it in the Year in Review show yesterday. If you guys didn't check that out yet, by the way.
Great show yesterday.
Money. Yeah. Those guys, like Justin, seriously, you, Kool-Aid, and Broder, that show was awesome. It's up on the Woodward Sports page. Check it out. I mean, literally, you know what's cool? This tells you about the kind of staff that we have. Like, literally everybody that was asked to joined.
Yeah.
Everybody was in. Like, how stinking cool is that? I mean, that's the kind of people that we work with. Seriously, I'm proud of our crew. I know the guys that work here in the morning, KG, JB, Maz. It's like, what do you need to do? We all do it. We're all here for each other. But these guys yesterday did an outstanding job coming in on January 1, doing that. Shout out to again, Justin and Kool-Aid and Broder. But right now, Justin, this division is nuts because you have Tampa that isn't going anywhere, Montreal that isn't going anywhere, and oh, by the way, here come Les Sabres de Buffalo winning 10 games in a row to get themselves back in the picture. Oh, by the way, the defending back-to-back Stanley Cup champion still in the mix as well. This division's nuts. I've said it for 2 years. I'll keep saying it. I'll take this division over any other division in hockey. It may not have the best team right now. I mean, Colorado has those bragging rights. You know that. Top to bottom, the Atlantic Division, best division in hockey, Justin. Make no mistake about it.
I completely agree. I do want to say, as cute as the Buffalo Sabres are, they are going through one of those elite stretches that Alex Lyon goes on. I mean, he's been playing pretty lights out, and their rotation's been gassing them up. Their goaltending has really come around for them over the last little while. I don't think that's sustainable.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
It's less sustainable for sure than the Wings goaltending combo.
I think so.
So that's where I'm not too worried about the, what'd you say? The
Les Sabres de Buffalo.
Oh, my boy.
Les
Sabres de Buffalo.
There you go. There you
Les
go.
Sabres de
Sound it
Buffalo.
out.
Les Sabres de
Sound
Buffalo.
it out.
I'm trying.
Use your words.
Right.
Like when a little kid gets frustrated.
Right.
I say that
I
to
can
my
only
kids.
speak in the hockey accent. I can't do French Canadian.
Use your word. Les Sabres.
Les Sabres de Buffalo. I'm trying.
It's
Good
all
job.
right. That's all right. All right, so we got to get to it. Again, we got your Lions fixed this weekend. We can all say we're going to check out. You know you're not going to check out this weekend. No, you got to see it. This is going to be our last view for months. Gosh, I hate it. I hate thinking about that. Is there anything more depressing than that when the season's over? Like I was just talking about with college football, and then you're like, oh my gosh, do I really have like 200 some odd days to wait until college football comes back for week 1? Do I really have like 240 days or whatever the hell it is for the Lions to come back?
Let the countdown begin.
There's nothing worse. I swear I hate it. And the last month is the worst. Like when it's late July and you're like, it's so close but yet so far away. Oh, I hate it. It makes me sick to my stomach. All right, where are we going, JB?
We got to hear from Art and Jace, but first let me clear up the super chats once again. Shout out to LeBartney for sending in $100. Our guy Freddie Felt sending in $199. He said,
Shout
"Now, do we believe in the Hoosiers? Do we?"
Yes.
Yeah. Now,
Yes.
now that the big dog's out the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's looking good for him.
What evidence? And it's funny because did you notice? That's exactly what Signetti said yesterday in the postgame interview. What evidence other than it's Indiana do you have to not buy into them? Seriously, it isn't based on what you're seeing. It isn't based on what they've done the last couple of years, right? What other evidence do you have other than it's Indiana that makes you say I don't buy into them?
The only thing that you could possibly say, and it's still a reach in my opinion, is that their O-line and their D-line are technically undersized, but they make up for it with their agility and their speed. So does a team that's so dominant in the trenches, like Miami, who has the best D-line in the country and a very big Samoan offensive line, can they control the line of scrimmage and take away what Indiana wants to do? That's really the only team left that I could see playing against Indiana's style. But they look like they're the most physical football team, and that's usually the team that wins the national title.
It really is. And I'm not even sitting here saying that they're going to go win the national championship, but we got to drop this it's Indiana bullshit.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah. We all got to drop it.
You had to do that after they beat Ohio State.
That's exactly the way I feel. They beat Ohio State, and they just beat the shit out of Alabama. Now, I understand this is Kalen DeBoer's Alabama, okay? But still, it's like, okay, what more do you want? I'm not chastising you, Freddie, because there's still that part of me that goes, Indiana?
This is Indiana.
The Hoosiers? We're not talking about basketball? And even that has faltered in years past, let's be honest. Great story. I mean, props to Signetti. Absolute props to Signetti. Wouldn't it be great if Michigan State could have had that guy 2 years ago?
That'd been really nice.
Wouldn't that have been really nice, JB?
It'd be really nice to see where we could be at right now, but I don't want to think
Let's
about
go
bad
get
memories.
Jonathan Smith.
Don't want to think about bad memories. Moving on. Shout out to LeBartney once again, sending $4.99. He says special shout out to Maz and his good third down sacks.
Never forget.
I like when they sack him on third down.
Did you know that one, Justin?
No.
Oh my God.
Maz, in just one of the greatest Maz bites of the year, goes, I'm almost happy when Goff gets sacked on third down. And we all kind of looked at him like, what are you talking about? Because then Dan doesn't have to go for it on fourth.
Classic man.
Never change, man.
That guy's brain is something.
We miss you, man.
He's got a phenomenal brain.
Oh, man.
He would have had a field day today too with this college stuff going on. Oh man.
Oh, man.
He would have had a field day.
And one more before we had to break from Dante151.
What do you mean Kirby Smart didn't run it right with that third down to chew the clock? What do you mean?
Justin's cartoon Maz is even better.
Oh man.
Oh, and shout out to Dante151 sending in $4.99. He said, "Hey Sean,
Shout out.
You want to hear something sad? MSU put up more points against Indiana than Alabama. MSU scored 13 points to Bama's 3.
Isn't
Ooh,
that unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
When they were in total mail-in mode too, like everybody and their brother knew. Like the UCLA game was like, okay, yeah, any aspirations you had, just piss them all out the window, right? Oh gosh. Oh. All right, anything else, JB?
Actually, yep, 2 more that just came in. $5 from Silas. He says the Hoosiers turn Alabama into the 2010 era Big
Good
Ten
point.
team. The entire SEC put out a 2010 era Big Bowl performance.
That is such a legitimate point.
Boy.
Because you know what? No, listen. This is what we were talking about a few minutes ago. This is like role reversal right now. We were the dumb people that would make the dumb arguments like the SEC's trying to make right now. Oh, isn't that adorable? Florida won. Alabama won. LSU won. And, oh yeah? Our 8-4 team beat your 8-4 team. Ta-da! Like, what are you talking about? Nobody pays attention to
Oh,
that.
yeah. Texas Cheez-It Bowl champions.
Right. That's
Come on.
Yeah, how's that taste, Michigan?
Right. Like.
Really? That's what you're falling back on?
I say thank you to Texas. Screw all that noise. Thanks for exposing everything that's wrong with this Michigan team. See you next year.
You guys, like, who is sideless? Like, that's spot on. Those are the dumb, and you know what it always ended with? Like, when you open up the Big Ten excuse book, turn to page 13, okay? I wish those SEC teams would come up here and play in Big Ten weather. How many times did we use that dumb shit? And you know what? Now you're letting the wins speak for themselves. Hey, that's adorable. Do you remember when Michigan won the national championship a couple years ago? Do you remember when Ohio State won the national championship last year? Do you see what Alabama did to one of the pride and joys of your conference? Did you see what Indiana did? Okay, cool. Hey, enjoy, though. That's 1,000%. Now they got to finish it, all right? They got to finish it. Make no mistake about that. They got to go finish it.
And one more before we head to break from I Ain't Say That, sending in $5. He said, whatever programs wins will be their first time ever. Now, that's cool. Something that's not cool, the loudness of this Lions off season.
Yeah.
Sean, is the U back?
Get him up. Get him up.
This is what the NCAA wanted.
Get him up. Get him
to
up.
be real.
The U.
Get
when
him up.
When they made this playoff, this is what the NCAA wanted. They wanted some shit like this to happen to give everyone belief that even you can possibly win a national championship.
Good call.
Yeah.
You know what? You know, KG, seriously, they went all NFL on us.
Yeah, they did.
They started selling hope.
Yep. Parody.
Yep. Good call. No doubt. Well, if you listen to young Justin and I way back when, we told you about the U. You don't want to listen, and that's okay. That's all right. Did I think it'd go this far?
We had a lot of great takes in our college football preview.
We did. We really did.
Texas 9-3.
Yep.
Indiana back to the playoff.
Yep.
Alabama would not be back.
They shouldn't have been in. I don't care what anybody says.
No.
I wish
Notre Dame would have been in. Even
I
as much as I hated, just for the love of the game, like just for
I agree with you.
Notre Dame would have put up
embarrassed in
a
the first round.
battle against Indiana.
Yep.
I would have loved to see it.
Yep. All right, where are we going, JB?
Let's hear from Art and Jakes. You got that, Justin?
Yep, I got you. Let me tell you about Art and Jakes because I love Art and Jakes. They have some of the best food in the entire sports bar game, including over 80 TVs that are sprayed across. You could swear it was the paint on the building. That's how many TVs they have. 22 draft beers on tap. The menu is stacked. Fan favorites like the wings, the wraps, the signature fairway packaging burgers. Don't miss out on their specials like rib night on Mondays and fajitas and margaritas on Wednesdays. Download the Art and Jake's app today. Join AJ's fan club and make every game day a win.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. Thenfights.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Woodward Sports is your #1 source for all things Detroit sports. Start your day with the Sean Baligian Morning Show from 8 to 10 a.m. Rolling into Big D Energy with Neil Rule, Terry Foster, and Red Wing great Darren McCarty. Then make sure you're watching the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep from 2 to 4 p.m. Michigan great Braylon Edwards and the elite Matt Shepard break down all the biggest sports stories. End your day with the Woodward Heavyweights. Join Spencer and EZ nightly from 5 to 7 p.m. Every day, all the sports, all Detroit, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's #1 sports network. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hey, listen, with all the frivolity of the past week, can you think of a better meal maybe tonight? I don't want to cook. I've done too much cooking. Head over to Buddy's. Are you kidding me? That's what you need to do. Head over to Buddy's.
That sounds good.
Maybe you could take advantage of that free 4-square 1-topping pizza voucher if you bought that gift card, right? And it was good through the end of 25, so go put that in right now. The original Detroit-style pizza. Everybody else has copied what Buddy's has done. There's probably one near you. So, yeah, this afternoon, we're just chilling out at home. My daughter's still home from school. Yeah, I'm thinking Buddies. Why don't you think Buddies as well? Check them out, buddiespizza.com. All right, so I got to get your take. We'll get into the Lions in a second, and Dan Miller's going to join us. When is that? About 9, 10?
Yeah, 9, 10-ish.
Yep.
All right.
Shout out, Dan.
I got to ask you guys, because, KG, you just used the term that Michigan debacle. All right? I was really into that game for about 2.5 quarters.
Yeah.
And again, please consider the source, all right? You know who I root for. I never hide that, all right? Never have, never will. But I love college football, all right? And I love the idea, even in the Cheez-It Bowl, of two of the brands of college football. I don't care who you're a fan of. You're lying to yourself if you can't say that Michigan and Texas aren't two of the brands of college football. You are. You're just lying to yourself.
It turned out to be a better game than expected. I didn't know what to expect in this game. Michigan halfway put up a shootout, so that was like unexpected, and just the amount of offense that you got, it was welcoming. So it was a very entertaining game, I'll say that. But man, it was tough. Bryce had a tough first quarter. I felt like he fought in quarters 2 and 3, did a good job, and then in the fourth quarter late, man, just the mistakes, young mistakes he's still making. He has to get better. Throughout the year, you know, the generational comment was thrown around. I know Neil gonna get at me later on, but
He's generational athlete.
I know, right? What a concept.
Timeless.
But no one ever, or at least me, didn't absolve him of blame this year. I do feel like there were certain factors that, you know, held him back in some ways, but he has to get better as a quarterback as well. So yeah, to see him go out there and have that kind of bowl game after, like I said, it was a mixed bag. For 2 quarters, I felt like he played really, really good football, and then he just kind of dropped it at the end there, where Michigan really had a chance to win this game at first. But yeah, the turnovers late, they're gonna do you in every time.
Can I talk about that for a second? And KG, I know that you and I talked about this. I really like Bryce. I said it then. I say it now.
Yeah.
You know what I also said then? You're out your mind if you think that this kid's going to be generational as a freshman.
Right.
You're out your mind if you're expecting the world. There's a reason why Trevor Lawrence is put on the pedestal that he's put on. Okay? And I even brought up examples when we were talking about this 4 months ago. Charlie Ward. I heard this, that, and the other thing about Charlie Ward, for example, right? And I remember, now I'm going in the Wayback Time Machine, but maybe you guys, I'm sure you heard of Charlie Ward. Most of you more as a basketball player. Everybody and their brother talked about how great this Charlie Ward kid was at Florida State. And then I saw him, and I was like, this is what they're talking up? This really?
Yeah.
This is what they're talking. And then his next year, unbelievably dominant. No-brainer Heisman Trophy winner. No-brainer Heisman Trophy winner. I'm not saying that Bryce is going to go win the Heisman next year, but you're out your mind if you thought that this guy was going to be a world beater this year. I'm sorry.
Right,
you are.
right. And all the physical tools are there. Like, when you actually sit down and watch him, you can see why he has the hype that he has. But 2 things he has to learn going into his next season. One, everything doesn't have to be a fastball, bro. Everything doesn't have to be a heater. The kid, I mean, he got a strong arm. You do like that, but everything he fires in there is coming in at 100 miles an hour. You ain't got to do that. And ultimately, you got to know how to live to fight for another down. You don't always have to force the play. You don't always have to try to make something happen. Sometimes it's cool to just either take the sack, throw the ball away, and live to fight another down. Those are the 2 biggest things I feel like he needs to learn. But the reason I can live with yesterday's loss, say what you want about Biff Poggi, both games that he coached this year, he let Bryce Underwood go out there and spin it. And yes, one being against Central Michigan, we all know that. But the fact that you were able to just let the kid go out there and just be himself, go out there and play your type of football, and we're going to see where the chips fall, I was cool with that. So it was good to actually see Bryce throwing. He had a lot of attempts throwing the football, and that's something we hadn't seen all year. So yeah, it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, but ultimately it was good to see him actually go out there and not be handcuffed.
And I say it again, I don't care what anybody says, the whole bowl games are meaningless stuff. Yeah, what does the loss mean? It doesn't mean anything, okay?
Yeah.
The extra reps, the extra practices, all that stuff, I don't care what anybody says. That stuff's huge, and it's going to continue to be huge, especially when you have a young quarterback like this. So let me ask you, Michigan guys, all right? All right. This season, to me, it was one last win that I thought they would have.
Yeah.
That's what this season was. If you remember, I thought 10-2. I thought with that schedule, I thought they'd beat Oklahoma. That's one thing I was wrong about. Justin, I remember you and I talking about that. I thought Oklahoma was a fraud, and Venables was on the verge of losing his job. Obviously, that wasn't the case, but that'll come.
I said Oklahoma was a playoff.
That'll come sooner rather than later, okay? But with that being said, they had one less win than I thought, and I don't care what you guys say. And I know we talked about this months ago. You know what the best thing that could have happened? Now, I don't wish the way it happened on anybody. Your head coach is gone. You weren't going anywhere with that guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
You didn't want to hear it. You got mad. You immediately projected. You immediately said, hey, Sparty, why don't you worry about what's going on with you? Well, both things can be true. I'm very worried about what's going on with Sparty. And I can look at your football team and say, that guy doesn't have it. You aren't Michigan. And we had that conversation all throughout the year. KG, I remember vividly, I said to you, we better start having these conversations whether this guy is the guy or not.
Absolutely. And I was indifferent. Like, I felt like maybe there was potential there, but he just never lived up to it, and now we know why. You got OnlyFans bitches in the stands. You doing all type of shit. You door dashing the Plan B to the facility. Like, your mind just was not there, bro. So ultimately, it wasn't going to work out, whether it was for football reasons or what it ended up being. But going forward, I do think that Coach Witt will bring stability to the program, and that's the main thing. But I look forward to them just being a tougher team, getting back to Michigan football, because you said it all year, Sean. They do not look like Michigan. This does not look like the Michigan product. They kind of got away from what really Michigan football is. I think that we'll be able to bring some semblance of that back, and hopefully they can just fine-tune some things and try to utilize Bryce Underwood's skill sets and make him the best quarterback that he can be. But besides that, I mean, they met my expectations. I had 9 wins on the year, but I thought that it would look a little bit different.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, I get it. And you know what? Listen, it was nice to have that spot. You know, there's nothing wrong with having that spot. I mean, what's everybody doing, right? Like New Year's Eve day, what's everybody doing? We're all chilling out waiting for the big party or whatever and watching those games. And that's why I'm one of those guys. I kind of laugh at the snobs out there. Well, I only care about these games. Like, you kidding me? That's fantastic. Bowl season's still outstanding, man. I don't care what anybody says. Now, if you want to brag, I'll let the SEC brag about how Texas beat Michigan. And I'll pinch their cheek and go, well, that's adorable because Michigan won a national championship 2 years ago. Ohio State's the defending national champion. And I think it's safe to say the prohibitive favorite right now in college football is Indiana. And oh, by the way, just in case Indiana gets beat by Oregon, Oregon's still going to have a chance to play for the Natty. And that's it. That's what matters. It is. That's just what matters. All right, I'm looking forward to next year. It's going to be
interesting.
It is. It's going to be fun to see. It's going to be fun to see how far we take a step up, JB.
Oh yeah,
it is.
I definitely agree.
I just want to get to a bowl.
Just one.
Just
It would be nice.
one while my daughter's a student there, man. She's actually going to graduate early too. Which is pretty cool.
Hey,
this her last year.
Nice.
This year.
Less money for me, man.
Hey, right. Shout out. I think you'll get there.
No,
You'll get
she next December. Next December. She's gonna graduate a half semester early. So that means less money for me. Oh, I'm gonna have the biggest party. I swear to God.
No.
You guys are all invited. When that's done, I'm having the biggest party because I could spend 1/10 of the money that I would have spent on her second semester, and we could have a huge party. All right. You want to get into some Lions things?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Why don't we take a quick break? I wanted to get you guys' take on what happened with Michigan. You won 9 games.
Yeah.
Like, is that something to weep about?
No, but
I get it.
It's covered in bullshit. Let's
Dude, I
just be
get
real. It is covered in bullshit.
But is it? I think your bullshit just walked out the door. I really do. I think your bullshit just walked out the door.
The last of it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
It's you use the S word. You needed some stability, and I think that Kyle Whittingham brings some stability.
I think the biggest question with him is, does he live out the 5 years?
Yeah, I agree.
They gave him 5. I thought that was an interesting choice, but you look at his age and where the team is now, it's a chance he could live out that contract. I just don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I don't know.
Got a good 3 to 4.
He in bigger waters now, so we're going to see how he can operate. But I do feel with the resources that he has, there's no reason why they shouldn't at least compete for a playoff next year. I know the schedule is harder, but if you get the right talent in here and you got a stable coach, then I don't see why not.
I think we were talking about this the other day. You were here, KG. I can't stress to you enough how well-respected this guy is in college circles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that counts for something. That counts for something, because you know what happens? You hear coaches talk about it. You hear other coaches that met him. You hear people say, some high school coach, okay, hey, you know what? That's the type of dude you want to play for.
Yeah.
That's the dude you want to go play for.
The resume is the resume.
It is.
And I get the program. It's Utah, but he put Utah on the map over there. So, hey, I'm looking forward to it. Once again, I don't know if he can get you to a natty, but he is somebody that can help us compete, and I'm cool with that. So.
Yep, no doubt about it. All right, JB, where do you want to go?
Let's hear from BlackRock, but first, let me clear up these super chats that are coming in. Shout out to everyone once again sending in these super chats. Where we at? Labartney, $4.99. Man, enjoy all of the time with your daughter, Sean. You never know if she'll move overseas after graduation or after. So we just wanted to let you know.
100%. Dude, that is, like, I can tell you with my son was in Chicago, then he was in Savannah, then he was in LA. And I'm not going to lie to you, I would have never said this to him. It sucked. It sucked. Anybody who's a parent out there, I think you can feel my pain. And, to have him back here for the last year and have him working for who he works for now, which I know a guy. You let me know when you guys want to go to a Tiger game, too.
Oh, yeah.
But KG, that offer
we
still
in that.
stands.
We doing that.
Because I know a guy.
It's the Tarek Skubal send-off season. So, yeah, we got to get it in, man.
That's what we'll do.
We got to get it in.
We'll look at the schedule and we'll pick a game, on expected starters or something.
Got it.
And you know what? You're absolutely. I don't know what my daughter's plans are right now. She says she wants to stay in the area, but sometimes, life goes in a different direction. So, shout out to you as always, LeBartney. You're absolutely right.
Very true. And one more before we head to break from Silas sending in $5. He said, I like these bowl games. If I was 19 to 25 playing in the Cheez-It or Pop-Tart Bowl, I'd get up for it. Come on, boys. Let's win it all for the Pop-Tarts.
Amen. Some of them are so damn good. Like, think about some of these games. Like, Illinois, Tennessee was infinitely better than 3 of the 4 playoff games that we saw this past week.
Facts.
Like, infinitely better. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it. All right. Where are we going?
Cole Sullivan's
let's
in
hear
the transfer
from,
portal.
BlackRock.
Cole Sullivan, Michigan's best linebacker.
Yeah, he's going to the portal.
Today's the day. You better keep your eye on it. January 2nd. This is the day. So we'll see how much things change. We got to pull the reins in, by the way, fellas, on college football. Here we are waxing poetically about college football, but we got to pull the reins back in. It is out of control right now in every way, shape, and form.
Yep.
All right. BlackRock, who's got BlackRock?
I think that's you, Justin, right?
I have BlackRock, and let me tell you about the best steakhouse in the area. BlackRock has the plans that will sizzle. Head over to BlackRock, the home of Grillin' Steaks on a Stone. They launched a whole new menu with returning favorites and the newest ways to sizzle. Prime steaks are here to stay, not just a meal. It's a top rock experience. All you can eat platters for just $20. Really? I didn't even know that.
Really?
Right there. See, now I'm going to have to head into BlackRock, get myself an unlimited platter. Give the gift that sizzles as well with their new end-of-the-year gift cards. Buy $50 and get $10 in bonus bucks on your gift card. Mention Woodward Sports and you'll get 20% off your food bill.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, it's a ache. No Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions. Talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Head over to Jars and get yourself some Spider Legs. That is the premium pre-roll brand where bold innovation meets meticulous precision. Spider Legs sets a new standard, blending strength and sophistication for those who value products built with care and purpose. Spider Legs can be found in over 200 dispensaries in Michigan. You can also follow them online on Instagram at Spider Legs Official, and go and grab yourself some for some of these bowl games that are coming up today. I know you want to get high.
All right, welcome back in. We're going to talk to Dan Miller in just a few minutes. Lots to do before we get out of here today. Of course, it is a Black Rock Friday, so we are going to be giving away the Black Rock steak in a little bit. We have given KG. KG has that responsibility to figure out the chat comment of the morning, so to speak, and that's how we're going to give away the Black Rock steak. So that is a big responsibility, KG.
Yeah.
So
I got you. Don't worry about it.
I know you do.
Somebody gonna get a nice juicy steak from Black Rock.
Boy, doesn't that sound good right now? He's LP. Also, we got to do Sharon's heat check. Who's hot? Who's not? We appreciate everybody at Sharon's for being a part of what we do here at Woodward Sports. So basically, the way it works, we're gonna pick 2 hot and 2 nots. All right. And that's how we're going to roll with things, okay? Can be anything, all right?
The Olympic roster came out.
Yeah, tell the Olympic. I know Cole Caulfield isn't there, which kind of bums me out, but and anything jump out to you? Congratulations to Dylan Larkin. He's assuredly there.
Larkin is the only wing.
Shout out Larkin.
Brock Nelson is back. Boo. Tage Thompson made it. Same with Clayton Keller. Man, I don't know if
one of the most underrated players in the league, by the way, Clayton Keller.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how this team matches up versus Canada.
Who are their goaltenders?
Hellebuck, Andre Swayman.
I like their goalies better.
Yeah.
Even with Hellebuck being Hellebuck.
Renski, Slavin, Sanderson, McAvoy, Seth Jones, Quinn Hughes, Noah Hannafin, Brock Faber.
Look at that defense score. And, oh, by the way, they didn't take Lane Hudson. Who, you're out of your mind, by the way. If you ever want to have that conversation, you know you're out of your mind. You know you are. Don't
Dude,
even.
I'm not out of my mind.
Mo Sider or Lane Hudson. Stop it.
Mo Sider.
You are out of your mind. At least you're admitting you're a slapdick. That's the
That's
most,
not being a slappy.
It is 1,000% being a slapdick.
Lane
No, it
Hudson
is.
is
Right
a
back,
liability on defense.
Oh my God. All right. Did you see the empty netter he scored last night from 195 feet?
Yeah,
Did you see that?
yeah. It's not that. That's not impressive to me.
There is no general manager in the league that would listen to that conversation. None, including Steve Yzerman. What if the Habs called right now and said, "We'll trade you straight up, Lane Hudson,
We're good.
for Mo Sider"?
We're good. All right, Brad. All right, Brad. You need to chill.
Hey, move over, Lane. ASP is here.
I like the kid. Let's wait and see.
I know, let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see.
No,
Let's wait and see.
We'll see it. We'll see on our conversation too.
Which weather? What conversation?
Cider versus Lane Hudson. We'll see.
Gee, you're out your mind. Jesus.
That's right. Stand on business.
Knock it
Justin.
off.
Stand on business.
You know it. Look at you. Can't even keep a straight face.
I believe what I say.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Bright guy.
Bad for my guys.
Bright guy 1986 in the chat. Sean, you are trolling. He has a Red Wings logo on this picture, so he thinks you're trolling.
Yeah, no, hold on. Fry guy, like legitimately. Seriously. Are you are saying the same thing that Justin's saying? You'd rather have Mo Sider in today's National Hockey League over Lane Hudson. Are you really saying that? Like seriously.
I am.
No, you're not. You can't even keep a straight face when you say it.
I'm saying
Try
it.
to keep a straight face right now. No, put the camera on Justin.
All right.
Justin. Now look at he can't even do it. Look at. All right.
Because I'm laughing
Justin,
at you.
all right, here,
try it
I'm gonna
again,
hide.
try it again,
Ready?
try it
I'm gonna
again.
hide.
I'm gonna hide.
All right, now I'm watching your dumb face.
I'm gonna hide.
All right.
I can't with this guy.
Hey, Justin,
I'm gonna hide.
would you rather have right now, January 2nd, 2026?
I would rather have Mo Sider over Lane Hudson.
What's that on your face? I see a little smile right
There's
now.
a little
There's
grin.
no
just
smile.
a little
No,
bit.
he hold it
All
in.
right, that's all right.
Hold it down, Justin.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna leave the camera on him for 10 minutes, like,
Yeah, like I'm a
That's true. That's a good point.
I'm a
I am
happy
kind-
person.
That's
Don't leave the
that's like a
camera on.
Neil thing, right?
Right,
Like
it is.
I'm kind of catching him in a Neil trap right
Yeah.
now. That's true. All right, fantastic. Lions and Bears.
why? Why?
Woo!
Bears are favored by 3.
I bet.
Only?
Maz is happy.
I've been trying to tell you guys. You know what? Does it matter if they finish 8 and 9? Does it? Like
No.
seriously?
No.
Does it matter? Does it matter to you?
No,
It does a little to me.
just a little bit. I get that.
Does a little.
No losing season. You don't,
Right.
You don't
It
want
does.
that.
It does a little bit to me.
Yeah.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like I'm not going to deviate Super Bowl or bust, so that's already like gone. But
I mean,
8 and 9.
If they do go out there and lose, that's one less thing that, and not saying that, they would use this to their advantage, but that's one less thing that Brad Holmes and this regime can say. Like, I think you're arming the fan base by saying, okay, they had a losing season. Not only did they not make the playoffs, you had a losing season as well. So maybe that generates more, urgency.
That's a good call.
Just saying.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
That's why I was gonna say I do not care. If they lose, it's only gonna create more urgency, more care, more aggression that this team needs to capitalize on a window that they have right now, because you only get so many bites at the apple
Yeah.
before you're done.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it
going to
would-
talk to Dane about just that. I'm with you. I'm sorry. I categorically deny that this window is closed. I categorically deny that. Okay, but I like the way that you put that. There's only so many bites at the apple that you can take. I mean, really, that's the way it is, man. So it's the Bears too. Like I'm sorry. Again, for me, that's the team that I hate the most. That's legitimately the team that I hate the most. Make no mistake about that. And we have to go watch them move on to the playoff. And we have to watch them play at home in Soldier Field. And we're going to hear all those, superlatives about outdoor football, and we're going to see all those gosh damn video clips from their Super Bowl championship team 40 gosh damn years ago. And my over-under on vomiting is going to be about 11 times.
Yeah.
It's going to make me sick to my stomach. But this is the position we find ourselves in.
Sound about right.
That's it. For a myriad of reasons, all right? Injuries are part of it. That is not an excuse. It is reality. I can't stand when people say, oh, you can't use injuries as an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's reality.
Yeah.
Like big injuries. Is that the sole cause for this particular team? No. But it added to the misery.
Yep.
That was the icing on the cake, if you ask me. There were so many other problems before that. That was just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it's depressing, but here we are, and they're going to have to make the trek over to Chicago. And, we joked about this a couple days ago, and I'm going to tell you point blank, I have done no less than probably 20 different mock drafts.
JB has as well.
No less.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not joking. At 11:55 on New Year's Eve, wifey and I were sitting downstairs, and I'm playing on my phone, and she's like, what are you looking at? And I'm going, oh, this mock draft simulator. Huh? Never mind, all right? Just let me know when I have to run upstairs and pretend that, I'm happy that it's the new year.
Right, leave me alone, woman.
It's 11:58. All right, let's go upstairs and go bother Lauren and all her friends. We're in that season. None of us thought it would start this early, but here we are. And you're going to continue to hear names thrown out there. And the one thing that I will remind you, and I say this every gosh damn year, okay? What we think we know about these rankings right now in early January and what these rankings eventually are, especially after the Underwear Olympics, are two different things, okay? Because after the Underwear Olympics, we start to find out what people around the league really think. And so what I would challenge you, if you haven't done this before, what I would challenge you is look at a mock right now on January 2nd. Seriously, pull up whatever mock you're looking at, look at a mock on January 2nd, and then look at the mock draft the week before the draft. They're two different things, man. We aren't even going to find out what people around the league, the people that really count, think about so many of these guys. Because you know what this is? This is a situation right now where KG or JB or Justin or yours truly, you fall in love with the guy, and then all of a sudden everybody else starts talking about this guy because they feel like they missed something.
Yep.
And then the reality is you find out what the league thinks about this guy, and they don't match. And all that matters is what the league thinks about this guy. Let me know when we get Dan Miller on, JB.
I got you.
And we'll get to Dan Miller. We're saving some sound there. Lions obviously a lot of sound. Maz hooked us up. Shout out to Maz, by the way.
Shout out.
Hope that you're enjoying your time in New Jersey. Look forward to being reunited on Monday. No, actually, I don't look forward to being reunited on Monday because he'll be decked out in bear gear.
Hey, we got Dan on.
I told you guys. All right, without further ado, let's get to him. So cool. He's been with us all year. The best in the business, not only the sports director at Fox 2, but of course, the voice of the Lions, kindly joining us here on Woodward Sports. Let's welcome him in, Dan Miller. Dan, hope you and the fam had a tremendous New Year's Eve, all that stuff. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Thanks as always for joining us.
I appreciate it, Sean. Good to talk to you, man. How you guys doing?
Tremendous. Yeah. Well, I mean, we could be doing better, as you know, Dan. I mean, this wasn't supposed to happen. We weren't supposed to be here. However, we find ourselves here. And the one thing, Dan, I get it. I've been around long enough where fans react emotionally. Sometimes I still react emotionally. But this is a situation where, to the people that think that the quote-unquote window is closed, I'll just say this. I categorically deny that, with the nucleus that we have and, quite frankly, with the people in charge.
Yeah, I don't buy that either. That to me just doesn't make any sense. If you just take a look at that depth chart and you see Penei Sewell and Tate Ratledge and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams and Sam Laporta and Jared Goff and Gibbs and Demo and Hutchinson. I'm just going position by position. Aleem, who I think will come back better. Jack Campbell, who's ascending and had a great season. Don't know what the situation is with those safeties. That's obviously a big question. But that's a ton of talent that this team has. And I think we saw DJ Reed can be a good player at the beginning of the season. I don't think he was himself after the injury. So we'll see what he's like when he comes back. But there's just too much talent on this team for it to say that window's closed. They got some work to do, obviously. You're 8-8, and whatever, going to be 8-9 or 9-8. Whatever happens this week, you didn't make the playoffs. You weren't good enough to make the playoffs. So yeah, you got to have some honest conversations with yourself and work some things out on your staff, on your roster, whatever it is. But I don't know how anybody, other than, as you said, Sean, being emotional, can look at that roster and say that it's closed, because you still have so many guys that are at or near the top of their position group in terms of talent.
By the way, shout out to Zenders while we have a second. I can give a shout out to Zenders.
Wait, what?
I'm more of a Bavarian Inn guy, but that chicken dinner is elite, so you can go to Zenders or Bavarian Inn to get it. I just wanted to point
My
that.
son went there, and I got the hat, so we'll talk to him about the menu. But no, I'm always up for a good chicken dinner.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Dan, if you had to put a circle around something this year, and Lord knows we could do that, I go back to the day that Frank Ragnow announced his retirement. And it was funny because I think a lot of people just automatically said, everything's going to be okay. And my feeling then and now is you don't just replace the anchor of your line. One of the best in the league, I might add. You just don't replace that. And it just seemed like the Lions were fighting uphill from that point on. Is that a fair assessment?
No, it is, and I echo pretty much everything you said. And I was probably one of those people that thought, you know what, they can move some things around. Graham can go back in there. Some questions at guard, but they're good enough to overcome that. And you know what? To me, that was the biggest thing that happened to this team this year, was losing Frank and losing Zeitler. I think that deserves mention as well. And, since this team was really born under Campbell and Holmes, that offensive line has been their calling card. And you can talk about everybody else that I just did, and there's so much talent on this team. But it's that offensive line that when they walked on the field, they felt like they could handle anything you threw at them. If it's going to be, 20 degrees and you got to grind it out, they'll do that. If it's a track meet, they'll do that. Whatever it was, that group made them feel like they could overcome anything. And that group wasn't the same. And that impacted the running game, that impacted the protection, and it just kind of spiraled from there. And as the defense began to show cracks and leaks and not play as well towards the second half of the season as it did in the first half of the season, that offense that in the past had been able to drag them through a tough game just wasn't able to do it. So it all kind of leans on it, the other part, and then when one part goes, the whole thing goes. And I just think it's, Dan Campbell said it a couple weeks ago, it is just something a little bit off each time that throws you. And I think it was led by that offensive line. I think that the injuries in the secondary certainly didn't help. The front seven was not as impactful as it has been in the past. This has been a top 10 run defense the last couple of years. They're sitting 16th now, and that change and that difference has been significant. So, yeah, I think it starts with the offensive line. You can point to other things, but, man, that was the one thing that could always make up for other issues.
Yeah, good morning, Dan. Happy New Year to you and your family. And I got to ask you, just to get an early gauge, because we're going to have all offseason, pick apart Brad Holmes and his comments and his moves. But a lot of people feel like, he needs to approach the podium when he finally speaks and do it with a little bit more humility this time. We all remember, the receipt thing that he did last year. And for a time, it looked like he was right about this team. But I do feel like there needs to be maybe a change in philosophy at this point. If you had to kind of gauge what Brad Holmes might approach the podium with this early, what do you think it'll be? Do you think he'll be more humble this time around?
Yeah, I don't know. And to be honest with you, I don't really care. You know what? He can say whatever he wants. And I get it. I understand where you're coming from. I was at that press conference, and there was a moment there where he was saying, you said this, and look what happened, guys. But you are where you are. And he can come up there, and he may not want to take a step back and say, we were wrong about this or wrong about this. I don't know. He may come up there and say, you guys wanted another defensive end, and we got a second defensive end with double-digit sacks. He might say that. I don't know. But here's what I care about. I care about what he does, and I care about what Dan Campbell does. What they say to me in the first week in January doesn't really matter. It's what they do in the offseason. Are you going to take a good hard look at everything on this team to get back to where you were? And I think the danger wasn't so much that they were arrogant or they handed out receipts or something like that. The danger was that there were times where I think maybe they got a little too comfortable with their own guys and felt like their own guys could pull them through and overcome adversity when you needed to be a little more aggressive going on the outside. And that's what I want to see. What are you going to do to make this roster better? And let me tell you something. If he comes in there and says, hey, we had a rough off season, we were wrong, we didn't get this right, and then they don't go do anything, you're not going to feel any better. What does it matter what he says? I hear people say that, and to some degree I get it. If that's what you're into, that's cool. But I'm more about what he does and what they do and how hard they will look at this team to figure out how to make it better.
That is absolute facts. And, as we go along here, the groans for Kelvin Shepard's job have kind of grown. We all know that there will be a big decision to be made about offensive coordinator, but in a lot of ways, I personally feel like Kelvin Shepard is kind of the same way Aaron Glenn, when he was the defensive coordinator, he's dealing with some of the same things that he had to deal with. The defense looked good for a portion of the season early on, and then after the bye week, it kind of fell apart and kind of coincided with the injury situation for the team as well. What are your thoughts on Kelvin Shepard, the job he's done this year, and do you think that they'll look at that? I know Dan Campbell said everything's on the table, but I really feel like they'll probably retain Shepard. But what are your thoughts on that?
I think they'll retain him. I don't know that there won't be some sort of different look on that defensive staff. I've heard some people talk about bringing in somebody that can be a sounding board for him, a veteran who's had more experience. That's possible. But look, what let them down this year, and the biggest difference between this team and what we saw from the Aaron Glenn teams, and let's not forget, for half the season, this team was top 10 in pretty much every category, and then it kind of started falling apart. But it doesn't mean that you can look at that and say, okay, we're going to be fine because everybody's going to come back and be healthy. I don't think that's the case. You got some massive decisions to make. Mohammed is a free agent. Reeder is a free agent. Anzalone's a free agent. Rodriguez is a free agent. So you've got things that you have to decide. And then, again, what's the situation with Kirby? What is the real deal with that knee and your expectation for him to be able to come back and play? Because, man, let me tell you something. They missed him bad this year. And there were so many times that we would watch a game and a pass would kind of float out there in the secondary. We thought, man, he'd have run under that and gotten that one. And Brian Branch is probably going to be October at best coming back. So you got some decisions to make there. But the biggest difference to me between what you had with AG and what you had with Shep was that run defense wasn't as good. Now, I'm not putting that all on Shep and saying that's schematic and that was because AG left and he wasn't here. Whatever the deal was, that's the reality. You went from top 10 against the run and it being a calling card to being, I think, 16th against the run right now. And that's a problem because they used to be able to control that line of scrimmage on defense. They weren't particularly good against the pass in any of the last 3 years. I think they were 30th, 27th, and 30th in terms of pass yards given up the last 3 years. So it's not like that thing's been knocked out of the park. But when you can stop the run, you put the defense, and they were number one on third down defense last year as well. When you do that, you're finding a way to get off the field. And it was kind of a bend but don't break group more often than not. You got to figure out your identity again. Who are you? What are you doing? And I don't think Shep's going anywhere. I have no inside knowledge, zero. But I just know Dan Campbell really likes him, really believes in him, has groomed him for this position. I think he'll be back. Whether or not there'll be more support for him, like I said, a veteran that they might use that we've seen here in the past, that might be something that they do. But again, those are all things that they're going to look at here in the next couple of weeks.
Of course, Fox 2 has you covered. Game Day Live coming up on Sunday, and then the Works will wrap things up. Dan, before we let you go, I'm going to ask you the impossible question. I'm sorry, I'm telling you right ahead of time, but this is a question that has, what do you expect on Sunday? I mean, obviously, the Bears don't have anything to play for. They're locked in. The Lions, this is a team of pride. Make no mistake about that. What do you think we're going to see come Sunday afternoon at 4:25?
Well, I do think you're going to see a Bears team playing to win. I do think they're, if they can get the 2 seed, if they can get that, then they're sitting there with the possibility of 2 home games versus 1.
True.
And if the 1 seed was to lose, maybe you could be home after that. So I do think they'll go for it. Now, look, I do think there's a little bit of pride from Ben Johnson, too. You beat him up pretty good in that first game, scored 52 points on him. And I think this team is looking probably for a little bit of payback. So I think you're going to get a good effort from Chicago. And based on what I saw against San Francisco, they're playing really well right now. They give up a lot of points, but their takeaways this year have just been ridiculous. And their takeaway ratio at plus 22 is pretty ridiculous. Sean, listen, the Lions are saying all the right things. I need to see it. I really do. I need to see what they come out there with. We'll find out later today. Panay hasn't practiced yet this week. That's not a good thing. That leads me to believe he's probably not going to play. If you haven't practiced Wednesday or Thursday, we'll know more later today. But it's such an emotional letdown. It's a lot different than when you played Green Bay at the end of 2022 and you hadn't done anything yet. You have done something now. You won 2 consecutive division titles, and now you know you're not going to the playoffs. So, look, I know these guys. I know their hearts. I know that they fight like heck, but there's a human being inside all of us that is dealing with massive disappointment, and you're going out there to play this game. And I, again, having talked to guys all week, they're all saying the right things. They're all saying they want to win. And if they go out there and do that, man, I think that's a great way to end the season. But I just being honest with you, I just need to see it with one team knowing they're moving on and playing for something big, and the other team talking about playing for pride and the guy next to them, which does mean something. But I just say this, I got to see it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it on Sunday.
Great stuff, Dan. Appreciate you all year, man. Of course, check out everything they do on Fox 2. And Dan and Lomas and Tej will have the call. Happy New Year to you and the fam. Get up to Frankenmuth as much as possible. It's just happy food as far as I'm concerned, okay?
Yeah, I'm a walking billboard here. Hopefully I get a certificate or something in the mail. I don't know. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you, and Happy New Year to you guys and all your viewers, and I appreciate you guys.
Right back to you,
Dan.
Dan Miller kindly joining us. The best in the business, no doubt about that. Really appreciate everything that Dan does. Hey, we got to do our Sharon's Heat Check, boys.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
We got to do our Sharon's Heat Check. So what we do when we come back is we'll hear from some of the combatants and everything. We got a lot of sound from the Lions, and then we're gonna pick 2 hot and 2 not. I'm gonna go with the cold. Okay.
There's a lot of cold going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the cold. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna go with the cold. Before we do that, JB, where are we going?
I don't think we got super chats right now, so let's hear from Wicked Pickle.
Which one?
Wicked Pickle.
All right, I can tell you about Wicked Pickle. Wicked Pickle in Westland, that's the spot.
7 days, we
You
there.
know it.
Hey.
Westland is the hot spot, man. You into pickleball, that's where you go. And we got a big event coming up a week from today, as a matter of fact. It is the Woodward Sports Wicked Pickle Open. It is January 9th through the 11th, but next Friday, that's the day you got to put a circle around. Friday night, 7:30, it's the Woodward Sports Celebrity Tournament. All 4 shows throwing down, local celebs. It's all broadcast live. Then, of course, the real battle begins out in Westland. 3 days of nonstop pickleball. Men's, women's, mixed, single division. It's where champions are made. You can sign up now at pickleballtournaments.com or call Wicked Pickle at 734-331-3451. That's 734-331-3451. All things pickleball, Wicked Pickle in Westland is your spot.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Hey, to kick off 2026, Amon-Ra St. Brown is making a difference on and off the field. This guy has proven to be one of us. He is a Detroiter, and he's giving back, showing us all the true meaning of community and care. Amon-Ra, through the St. Brown Foundation, has partnered with Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and Wicked Awesome Wishes. They're hosting the main event. It's coming up Monday from 4 to 7, helping children facing life-altering challenges and illnesses. They'll join us at Lady Jane's flagship salon in Birmingham, right here, for a night of joy and unforgettable memories. The kids will get to dye their hair blue, enjoy a special dinner, and take part in fun activities crafted with love by the team at Wicked Awesome Wishes and Lady Jane's. Tune into Woodward Sports Live Monday, January 5th, as we share and support this amazing cause. For more info, visit stbrownfoundation.org or wickedawesomewishes.org. You know, one of the most amazing things is, like, seriously, my jack was working and then it just decided it didn't want to. Can you explain that to me? Anything, JP?
But Sean,
I cannot explain that at all.
But Sean, we got the best equipment in the business.
Elite.
It just, like,
Elite.
It was working and now it's not. All right, can somebody say something? Say anything right now.
I got nothing.
No.
Nothing? Damn.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
Like, really? That maybe we can figure that out. Here, if I do this, if I switch things around, maybe we can figure something out. All right, we appreciate.
It's either the jack or your earphones.
I don't it was working, and then in the middle of Dan, it just stopped.
Damn.
It just it just stopped. So nothing like talking about this stuff during the show. All right. Shout out to Sharon's Heating and Cooling. We appreciate you guys being a big part of what we do. And part of what we do here is every week we like to do the Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning heat check, okay? So the guys in the room, we pick 2 hots and 2 nots, and we go around the room and we do just that. KG, I'm going to let you get started. We'll go like clockwise, and I'll finish. KG?
Yeah.
Hot or not with Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning heat check?
Quick side note, too. Shout out to Sharon's. I had them out for that free furnace tune-up on Monday, man.
Hey.
They're very, very professional. I love the service that I got. They diagnosed my problem. Got to get a new circuit board for the furnace. So looking forward to tapping on Sharon's and getting that done. So appreciate y'all. But Yeah, it's a lot of cold going around, but I don't get too many opportunities to shit on Ohio State, so I will go ahead and do so. Julian Sand got his ass whooped yesterday, man. Oh, what a beautiful sight. The U may be back, we don't know, but what I do know is Ryan Day and them is going to the crib, baby. First round, you love to see it. Shout out to the Miami Hurricanes for getting that done.
That's a great pick. Look at that.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, shout out to the Fox's editing team. That's pretty
nice. You guys will never understand like the cultural phenomenon that was the U back in the day.
Oh man.
Like every young kid fell in love with it.
It was the culture, man.
And every parent, look at those gangsters.
Yeah, I know, right?
Those fellas should be in jail. It was
Those
outstanding.
thugs.
Right.
All right, Justin, where are you going?
I'm going to go hot, and I'm going to go with John Gibson, 9-1 in his last 10 starts.
Good call.
Really carrying this Red Wings team and keeping them afloat in this brutal Eastern Conference. They would not be having the success that they are having currently without him finding his legs after being traded over here, starting out slow. So shout out to John Gibson, really holding it down in the net for the Wings.
Right.
Not going to argue with that.
I was told he was washed. Was I lied to, Justin?
You were lied to.
Damn.
Unbelievable. Like, really and truly. It's just unbelievable. All right, where are you going, JB?
KG, you know I love my villains as being a wrestling fan.
Yes,
so
yes.
I had to pick on a villain who hasn't even coached a game this year, as he's hot, raking in the money right now. One, Mr. Lane Kiffin, as he just banked in $900,000 for Ole Miss winning and advancing to the semifinals of the college football playoff. The man sat here and stole the shopping cart.
You're right.
Stole the basket.
That boy
out of the local store. That man is diabolical. An evil man that is now on a hot streak, and the bank account is even hotter as it is. So that is my Sharon's hot heat check.
That boy good.
Dude keeps winning.
Yeah.
He's never won a damn thing, but he keeps winning.
Who gives a fuck about winning games?
Right.
When you Lane Kiffin?
That
shit
man
don't
just
matter.
wins. It's insane.
I'm winning at life. I ain't got to win football games.
Right.
Fuck that.
And I'll tell you what, here's the worst part. The place that he formerly was probably wishes they had him right now, because Kalen DeBoer and the Crimson Tide, you want to talk about a step back. That's exactly what happened. Look, they had no business being in the playoff. We were talking about it earlier. I'm sorry. They lost 3 games. Now, granted, I know one of them was in the SEC championship. They had no business doing it. They beat a, sorry, Justin, fraudulent Oklahoma team and got absolutely punked, embarrassed, national television embarrassment to Indiana. So I'm going with Kalen DeBoer and the Alabama Crimson Tide, and they're going to have to start having conversations about who the next guy is, because they don't have the next guy. They don't. Sorry. Fraud. No doubt about that. So, all right, Sharon's, appreciate you as always. That's how we operate here. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning, a big part of what we do. KG, you're going to have to figure out who we're giving that steak to in a minute, too, all right?
Yep, we'll do.
All right, you want to play some of this sound? You want to do this because
yeah.
Maz put in so much effort to do this?
Oh, yeah.
Remember how we looked forward to this, and now it's like,
Yeah.
Do we gotta?
It's like all the answers at this, they really don't have answers at the podium. So
No.
these cuts
No.
ain't really doing it for me.
Maz, the only reason Maz put so much sound in is because it's his Bears. Wow, the Bears are going to play on, and you're not. Dan Campbell on Goff expectations.
To be in that position with him, you learn a lot about each other, and we've known a lot about each other. It's not the first time we've done this, but you do, and I do know this: every time you lose somebody, more pressure gets applied to him. Every time you lose somebody, more pressure gets applied to him, and right, wrong, or indifferent, I put more on him. And I put more on him, and it can become hard, man. Now. He'll always embrace all of it, give me every bit of it. I can handle it. I can give it to these guys. I can do. And so, but it does. We put a lot on the guy, and And that's why I respect him. One of many reasons why I respect him. I mean, he's played at a high level, and he really hasn't had everything at his disposal. We just kind of, you lose a player here or there, and you lose them in different areas, but he's handled it like a champ.
This is so weird. I'm sorry. Like, I know we've known for a while, but are you in that same place? Like, I'm sitting here going, these are conversations I didn't expect to have, man. I don't know how else to say that.
Yeah, it sucks right now. And listen, they got to get through this game. We all know that. And they can go up there and say what they want at the podium. Like Dan Miller said, there is a human in there. And the fact that, this season played out the way that it did, I know those guys are frustrated and upset in there. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I did not expect to be having these conversations.
Dan talking about Jahmyr Gibbs.
Well, he's like any other player. He's not done growing and developing. And, and so I think so much of it is, you always got to look to yourself and, what are the little things, the little details that you can improve on personally that can help maybe some of these runs or and then you work off of that, and so just always hone in on the little things, your first step, your landmark. And I've said this all along, man, if we can just get he or David to bust one of these early, if we can just get a breakout run early, it goes a long way. It really does, man. And we just haven't been able to do that. But man, he works, he grinds. Both of those backs do. So we haven't been able to do it in a while. We haven't been able to break out of there, but he's not done growing. That's what you love about Gibbs, man. He's got so much room to grow in both areas, run and pass. And I feel like that's where he's really blossomed is in the pass game, and there's so much left to work with here.
That's the one thing that you have to sit back and say. It's like talking about so many of the Red Wings of the past few years, okay? A lot of people wanted to put the cart in front of the horse. I'm going to go back to this, Justin, with Mo Seider, okay? And, well, he won the Calder, so that means Norris is in his immediate future. Well, it doesn't always work that way. There's a level of development that has to go into that, okay? And so 1 year passed, another year passed. I remember arguing with you guys about this about a year ago. Okay, he wasn't in the conversation when you're talking Norris Trophy, all right? It takes a little while to develop. As good as somebody looks, as good as Jahmyr Gibbs looks, there's a next level. As good as Mo Seider looked, there was a next level, and he hadn't achieved that yet. And now, you know what? Yeah, he is within shouting reach of a Norris Trophy. I'm not saying he's going to go win it, because we still exist in a world where there's a Cale Makar and a Quinn Hughes, okay? But at least he's in that neighborhood now where his name legitimately can enter the conversation, and you don't feel like a slapdick doing it, right?
Right. And I mean, it's a little different for Gibbs because he is undoubtedly a top 3 back in this league.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
already. But what I'm saying, there's another level there.
No,
This is still a young player.
That's the beauty of this team, and why I refuse to give up on them is because they are so young. The core of this team is going to be around for years and years to come. This is why you pay these guys so early, that they will be a part of your future. But yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, he's only going to get better from here, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him evolve even more.
So how does this team bounce back from this disappointing season? And the good news is I appreciate the fact that everybody in this franchise is owning what happened this year. Okay, there's no trying to sugarcoat it. There's no trying to whitewash it, whatever the case may be, all right? Everybody knows that this season's a disappointment. Dan, how do you bounce back?
Before where you didn't make the playoffs, I'm assuming, disappointing 21-22. How did you kind of pick yourself up and use that field to make yourself a better coach?
Well, I mean, look, failure, for me, failure is easy to, it's very good motivation. You either go two ways, right? I mean, you either just go down in the dumps and you sit in a dirty diaper for a while, you guys that got kids, and you just lay there. You just sit there, right? And it's miserable. Or you change your diaper and you get the hell up and you go. And so the motivation is respect, man. You don't want to go through what you went through again, and you'll do whatever it takes to not let it happen again, whatever it takes. Or you'll die trying.
All right, so the next question is, how do you use what happened this year as fuel?
How does this season fuel you going forward?
Well, I think that's exactly what it does. I think that's exactly what it does. Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom before you can work your way back up. And relative to where we were at, this is rock bottom, But as bad as it looks, I said this the other day, it's not as far away as it may appear. We just got to get a few things back in line here. But it does apply to the coaches, And no different than the players, that's what you look for. I do as a head coach, man. How do the coaches respond to what we're going through here? We got one more, and what are we willing to do to try to get this win?
I expect nothing less. If this don't motivate you, you shouldn't be in that position.
100%.
Flat out. So
100%. Jared Goff, do you still trust in DC and Brad to get this right?
Sometimes we ask why a quarterback is a fit for a certain organization, but we don't get a chance a lot of times to ask why an organization is a fit for a quarterback. With a little bit of a regression that happened here, why do you still trust that Brad and Dan can turn these things around?
I trust those guys immensely. They're the ones who trusted me, and I trust the hell out of them. I know they're going to get things right, and I know they are as urgent and intentional about putting us in a better position and then getting us in a spot where we can win more games next year as anybody.
There were just things that happened this year. When you look back on the totality of this season, which is hard to do because we kept waiting for things to just get right. And if you watch this show, I think I want to speak for you guys, but we all kind of got to the point where, hey, guys, this is kind of what we are.
Yeah.
We're ass.
Yeah, this is what we are. One of the things when you think back, though, do you remember that little period of time where we actually saw Amon-Ra St. Brown gasp drop balls? Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? Like, that was weird. Like, you almost take it for granted that you have a guy that's not human. He doesn't drop the ball.
Yeah.
And there was a couple games span where you're like, is there something wrong? Then you saw the pictures of his hands and everything. But this is a guy, again, one of the premier wide receivers in the league. I don't care what anybody says. He had his thoughts on the 25 season.
Zane, I think Dan said that after the NFC Championship loss, you text him at like 4 a.m. and things like that. With this season kind of being up and down, not being able to stack wins, and this losing streak, I know you talked about it a little bit, but how is it sitting with you now, a couple days after being officially eliminated?
It sucks, man. I was telling one of our other teammates, I feel like I haven't played, you can say meaningless game. It's not meaningless, but a game that, doesn't really have any playoff implications. I haven't played a game like this in a while since I've been here, so I'm not used to it. It does suck. I don't think any of us wanted to be in this position, but we put ourselves into this. We can't blame no one else but ourselves, and so for us it's like this is just another game for us to go out there and play. But yeah, playing football like this at the end of the year sucks. None of us want to be doing it, and we want to get back to our winning ways and ways that we've done things here, in the past few years. So I think we'll get back to that. We just gotta, finish this season strong, finish on a high note. I think that's the most important thing.
Is it hard?
So Amon-Ra, about next year.
Where do you think things went wrong for you guys this year, and what do you think you guys need to do this offseason to, get back to 12, 13, wins, that type of team?
That's a good question. I wish I had all the answers right now. But I think for us, man, like a lot of us are still going to be here. The nucleus of this team will still be here, and I think that's important. Just going into next year, knowing the guys that you have here, knowing you're familiar with the players. I think the coaches are familiar with the players. So I feel confident with the guys that we have. I know we have a bunch of guys that can make plays, and going into next year, man, I think we'll just be that much more hungry. I think starting even like off-season workouts, going into camp to start the season. So I think guys will be hungry because I don't think any of us want to have a season like we did this year next year. So I think that's the biggest thing, just making sure we don't repeat the same things.
Yeah. I still can't believe we're having these conversations. Let's give JMO the final word. JMO, your thoughts on the 25 season.
You are a competitive person. How did it sit with you this year, not being able to stack wins and then now kind of going through a little bit of a losing streak? How does it sit with you?
It's hard, to process, because we got great players and great coaching staff, and we do the right things. But it's just a part of the game, like I said earlier. We can't harp on it. It is what it is, and we just got to come back on and go harder next year.
Yep, that's about it.
You see the pain in their face.
No doubt.
They don't even look interested in,
doubt.
having a camera or a mic in their face.
It sucks.
You can see the pain in our faces, right? Our voices. I don't want to talk about this. I'm to point blank. Do you think any of us you think any of us want to do the pregame show on Sunday?
Hell no.
You think anybody wants to do the watch party, the postgame show? I mean, I love my guys. I do. Like the dudes I work with. It's fun being with them. Can we talk about anything else? That's where we're at right now, man. And these guys have to go up there every day and face the music, so to speak. All right, KG, when we come back, we're going to find out what's trending. But you got to pick a winner for our Black Rock Friday.
I do. Everybody in the chat, stay tuned. We will figure out a way to give out this steak.
And quick show today. Appreciate Justin jumping in as well. Always appreciate him coming in and giving his perspective. And when we come back, we'll find out what's trending with JB Smoove. But where are we going, JB?
Let's hear from Sun Cruisers.
I can tell you about Sun Cruiser. They were a big part of my New Year's Eve. A really big part. No joke. We had quite a few. The peach, the raspberry, the lemonade, the pink lemonade, real vodka, real iced tea, only 100 calories, 4.5% alcohol, perfect for a New Year's Eve shindig, perfect for tailgates, couch gates, whatever you're doing. Yeah, we'll indulge some on Sunday as well. It'll help the pain go away as we get to talk about the Lions season ending and the Bears season continuing. So please drink responsibly and let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports is your #1 source for all things Detroit sports. Start your day with the Sean Baligian Morning Show from 8 to 10 a.m. Rolling into Big D Energy with Neil Rule, Terry Foster, and Red Wing great Darren McCarty. Then make sure you're watching the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep from 2 to 4 p.m. Michigan great Braylon Edwards and the elite Matt Shepard break down all the biggest sports stories. End your day with the Woodward Heavyweights. Join Spencer and EZ nightly from 5 to 7 p.m. Every day, all the sports, all Detroit, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's #1 sports network.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Hey, listen, I think you guys can relate to this. The holidays were just here, and then New Year's Eve, and then New Year's Day. So you probably sat around like I did, doing absolutely nothing but eating like a pig. Enter Planet Fitness. Over 2,700 clubs nationwide, with over 50 in the Metro Detroit area as low. Get yourself back on the right path. You can get access to the Black Card Spa, where you can recover with hydro massage and other innovative amenities. It's only $24.99 a month. Get yourself back on the right path now that the holidays are over, right? We're all strong on this planet, Planet Fitness.
Right. Live up to those resolutions. Get your ass in the gym.
Do people still do that?
Yeah.
you know how it is. It lasts for about 2 weeks.
Right.
And then I eat a pound of bacon.
This low-key the worst time to go to the gym, too, because everybody in there.
Yeah.
Everybody is in there for the first month.
Absolutely. All right, final segment of the show. We're going to find out what's trending with JB Smooth. But somebody's going to get a nice, juicy steak from Black Rock. What you got, KG?
And I think I know who it is. Shout out to 3-1 Trey in the chat. 3-1 Trey, you have won the Black Rock steak. JB will tell you how you can get that steak, but congratulations, Brody. Appreciate your patronage.
Hey, shout out to him. I will tag you in and also pin Brendan's email up here that you can send that information over to let him know how you can pick up that steak and where you can pick up everything for that. But appreciate you and congratulations. Let's head over to what's trending. Shout out to Gold Crown for sponsoring this segment. Smoke like royalty, like always. You guys, it's sad to say, but you know, this NFL Sunday, the Bills are going to need your help.
All right.
They're going to need a lot of help because apparently snow is coming down and they need you once again,
of course,
to clean the stadium.
Of course.
Look at that.
I hope they paying them people well. Give them tickets or something.
It is $20 an hour with food and hot beverages provided throughout the day. But Bills Mafia, please come out and help the stadium because it is covered in snow yet once again.
I mean, 20 an hour ain't bad. And they providing food and drink. That ain't bad. I wouldn't do it, but that's shit. If you Bills Mafia, then why not?
Yeah, go prove it.
Right.
There's your opportunity,
it,
right?
You're fan,
not
right?
Bills Mafia. Oh, yes, I am. And go shovel, right?
Right.
Exactly, right? Go shovel some snow and help out your fellow Bills player and Josh Allen at least. He needs some help. Damn it. And you know what? Since it is 2026, like I said, I am not going to get comfortable saying this new number.
I know it happens every year, isn't it?
It happens every year, but it's no better time to look back and all the things that now are 10 years old. So take a look at this. The fidget spinner turned 10 years old in 2026, as well as Pokemon Go.
Damn, it was 10 years ago?
That was 10 years ago, everybody.
I forgot that fidget spinner was a thing.
Yeah.
Somebody made a shitload of money off of that simplicity.
That's where this last generation went to shit at. The fidget spinner. they started with that, and then they grew into 6, 7, and shit. Like, yeah, man. Pokemon Go had me in a chokehold, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was driving through Warren trying to find a fucking Ninetales that I was never gonna get.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, I'm dead serious, bro. That game was hot for a minute, man.
Oh my god,
it was hot for a second.
Well, if that didn't get to you, how about the Catch Me Outside girl and the Arthur meme are also turning 10 years old?
Hey, shout out to Bad Baby. That's her name now.
Bad Baby, I don't know.
Yeah, she got her a black baby daddy, so she has achieved the dream that she always wanted. And yeah. Shout out to the Arthur meme.
Do you know how many times I did the shaking fist to my kids over the last decade?
Oh,
Seriously.
Yeah, the Arthur meme is timeless, man.
Like
Arthur
when they do something dumb, I send it in the shaking fist. I love it in the GIF form where the fist shakes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Not only that as well too. This is a sad one. Harambe, the death of Harambe, and Damn Daniel Vine is 10 years old.
Damn Daniel was funny as hell when it first dropped. Damn, that was on Vine though. That's crazy.
No, I don't think people remember
Harambe.
Vine.
No, right, but
I totally forgot about Harambe.
The Harambe shit I never understood. Like, who cares? Like, I mean, if you love animals, you probably care. But what? That was just something the kids blew up. Like, and I never understood it.
And finally, of course, you can't shy away from this one. They had their series finale, Stranger Things and the dog filter on Snapchat.
No
Both
way
turned
Stranger
10.
Things was 10 years ago.
10 years ago, that journey started.
God.
No way.
It don't feel like 10 years since that show came out. That's insane.
Do you know there are still human beings, like adults, that use that stupid dog filter too?
I'm trying to tell you that hey, if you ugly and you want to get some snaps off, that dog filter has not let you down. God damn, helping ugly women for a decade now. That's crazy.
Oh, jeez.
Well, once again, those are the things turning 10 years old. And you know, I can't end What's Trending, Sean, without showing you some stadium eats. And you know what tonight is, the good old Winter Classic. So I had to go and give you some Winter Classic meals that you can get over there at the stadium. We'll start out with this drink the Fogado? I don't Flan Fogado? I don't even understand
Something
this.
like that.
I don't even understand.
Yeah, flan
this.
Fogado. I think you got it right.
But it's flan favorite soft serve with espresso shot poured over burnt caramel sauce drizzles. Available at the stadiums right now. This is $25.
No.
I don't know what flan flavored is. What is a flan?
I have no idea.
Does nothing for
Has
me.
anybody had a flan?
No, I'm not.
Justin,
no.
you got money? You had a flan?
No, it does.
I've never
That
had a
sound like
flan.
some people with money shit.
Sorry, that one does nothing for me. I got to pass on that one, JB. Sorry.
Pass.
I got to pass on the whole Winter Classic. It's inside.
Right?
Oh yeah. Well, that's
It's a disgrace.
It ain't
sad
right.
point.
It ain't right.
Although we do got this. How about the Winter Classic
chorizo?
Chorizo
Oh, yeah.
poutine.
I'm so in with that.
Yeah. you
I
got
am
it.
so in with that.
Loaded poutine, smoky chorizo, crispy cheese curds,
Yes.
chimichurri atop a bed of seasoned waffle fries.
Yes.
And topped with roasted garlic gravy.
So in on that.
I need that like
this is
today.
like
Can I get that
$32, by the
sent
way.
to my house?
I am a poutine snob. I'm not going to lie to you. And I think sometimes people throw the word poutine out there. That's not poutine, but I'm in anyway.
Yeah.
Like legit poutine with the cheese curds and the gravy and the crispy fries. It is decadent and so unhealthy, and I love every single bite of it.
Yeah.
But I'm so in on that. That's wonderful.
You had me at chorizo.
Dude, I'm telling
I
you,
love
chorizo,
man.
absolutely.
Oh my God.
Like I said, this is around $32. So if you're down with that,
$32. And you probably get that small ass container just like his picture. That's
yeah,
crazy.
unfortunately. I mean, you do get to
$32.
keep the cup if you get the flan drink.
Man.
Just saying. Just saying. But that's it for what's trending.
All right, good. Do you guys want to do picks real quick? I know we're already late, but do you want to do picks real
I
quick?
forgot, man.
All right, let's blow through it, okay?
What we looking at? I ain't even got the.
All right, Panthers at Bucks. Bucks -3. JB, where are you going?
Give me the Bucks.
KG.
Give me the Panthers.
I'm going to go the Panthers too.
Yeah.
Give me the Panthers.
Justin Maz is taking Panthers, all right?
Panthers!
Seahawks and Niners. The Niners are getting a point and a half.
That's weird.
KG.
Give me the Seahawks.
Justin?
Give me Sammy Donald, the Seahawks. They're not frauds.
Give me the Sea Chickens as well.
I'm going to take the Niners.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm going to take the Niners.
That's it. Either way, yeah.
Packs and Vikes. Vikes are minus 7.5. Is that right? The Vikes at home are minus 7.5?
They must be starting their third string quarterback.
Because I don't think Jordan Love is playing.
Hey, and guess who it is? Desmond Mitter.
Oh, is that right, Justin? The Vikes are minus 7.5?
Yeah, that is correct.
Not Desmond Ritter. Desmond Mitter.
All right,
Who the fuck is that
KG,
guy?
you start first. I know.
Can this
How
game
nobody wins?
Can this game just be erased off the face of the earth? Can we have Thanos step in here? Bro, give me the Packers, man.
I'll go Packers too.
Ugh.
I
feel dirty, bro.
JB?
I guess. Give me the Vikings.
Right,
Give me
like,
the
who
Vikings.
knows?
Like,
Nobody
I don't
Justin
know this
Maz?
team.
I can't do the Maz voice because I think you would take the Packers, but I'm going to take the Vikings.
Okay.
I think it's sharp.
Fair enough. We got to blow through these. Saints and Falcons. Falcons minus 3.5. I'll take the Falcons. Why did he put that in there? What possible reason would he have to put that in there?
I don't know.
I'll take the Falcons.
It's open with the tiebreaker.
I don't
It's
trust.
open with the tiebreaker, Sean.
Right.
Give me the Saints. Tyler Shaw, give me the Saints.
I do not trust the Falcons, but give me the Falcons.
I will take the Falcons as well.
All right, I hope somebody's writing this down. Chargers at Broncos. The Broncos minus 12.5.
Jesus.
12.5.
No way.
Give
Who
me
they
the
going
Chargers.
All right, Justin Maz is
Herbert
going
and the
Chargers.
Chargers.
against the Chargers?
Against the Broncos.
No, so the
Chargers are getting 12.5.
Oh, the Chargers. I thought you said the Broncos were getting 12.
No.
Give me the Broncos.
All right.
Give me the Chargers.
I 12.5. I got to take the 12.5. I got to take the 12.5.
That's too steep, man.
Another chapter of Ravens Steelers. Steelers are getting 3.5. At home, getting 3.5.
Is Lamar back?
I don't
He's
know.
been
My guess
practicing
is
this
yes.
week.
My guess is yes.
Okay, yeah. Give me Lamar then.
I'm going Lamar.
If Lamar wasn't there, I'll take the Steelers.
Give me Steelers.
Steelers. JB?
Give me Lamar and the Ravens.
Lions and Bears.
I think the Ravens are going to win. I just think that the Steelers are going to cover.
The Lions are getting 3. I'm taking the Bears.
Man, Bears, bro.
This is your opportunity. You can go full mass.
Give me the Bears. I mean, Caleb Williams. Can Jared Goff even compete at last in the Windy City? Are we serious? You see the way that Caleb Williams is spinning it? Gonna get outside the pocket?
He not even making words. You sound like Gus Johnson at this point.
Look at that picture. That's great. That's right. Guilty. All right, JB, who you taking?
Give me the Bears, unfortunately.
I hate it with everything inside of me. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. God bless y'all. Keep it tapped in all weekend long. We got you covered here on Woodward Sports. Peace.